Guys, the Oscars. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking about the Oscars. The moment that stole the show, the moment that had everybody gagging. Emma Chamberlain's makeup look. Yes, okay.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
That to me was the jaw-dropping moment of the Oscars, okay? Screw everybody else. Like, she really is the it girl of this era. She's one of the first influencers that has broken into more conventional celebrity spaces, and she's just cool. She's just fucking cool. And this look was absolutely no exception. It's this cool girl 90s party club. I'm a girl who can do transition TikToks and they're not cringy. Manifesting. Shout out to the makeup artist Lily Keys, who beautifully constructed and executed this amazing look. If you want to slay more looks just like this, then consider subscribing and following me on my TikTok and my Instagram. If you want to, we'd love to have you here. Stay a while. It's really no trouble at all. I'm telling you. I have extra blankets, extra pillows. You'll be fine. And without further ado, let's recreate this beautiful Emma Chamberlain look. Let's go. So for skin, we are going for I have a good skincare routine look. So I'm coming at you with my BFF products. The MAC Studio Radiance Illuminating Primer and the MAC Studio Radiance Skin Tint. Yeah! The tint has a way of just looking like good skin. It's super light, there's not a lot of coverage, but that's okay because we have coverage coming from other places. I'm trying to shift my idea of what foundation is after I saw a makeup artist painted by Spencer point something out. Your concealer has coverage, your blush, your bronzer, your contour, your powder. All of these have pigmentation, which equals coverage. With that in mind, we can use our foundation more intentionally to enhance tone and add a layer of connection between all of these products instead of using foundation for coverage. To get natural skin, you need less product and you need to work in thin layers. So let's keep this in mind throughout. This primer is so hydrating. Oh my god. This brush is rock and roll. I often give shade to the stippling brush, but when you want a really light layer of product, such as me, RN, it is nice, okay? Sorry, girl. I'm coming back to you, baby. I'm just working this in super lightly. You can still see freckle, you can still see whatever, but it is giving my skin a nice tone shift. I am enhancing the tone. And that just looks like skin, you guys. Now I'm using the Glossier Stretch Concealer to highlight and add a little bit more of spot coverage. Now I really love the Glossier concealer because it's super hydrating to my dry skin. And we are really looking for good skincare, which equals a lot of hydration. Forehead, because I just waxed my brows. Chin to bring it forward around my mouth because it gets red. This is the only concealer that after a good amount of time, it doesn't look super dry under my eyes. And I'm blending it in with my fingers because under your eyes, a finger just does have the most realistic effect to me. A little bit of my new Urban Decay Vitamin C setting spray just to really lock everything in. Wow. Wow, look at how hydrated my skin looks. Okay, maybe a little too hydrated, but we'll fix that in a second. Now, the contour is not defined at all. If we take a look at this side shot, it's hugging her cheek, not cutting the cheek, okay? There's a difference. My tried and true Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I hate the applicator. Look, it gets all spilly. Oh, it's disgusting. Why? What's the point? And I'm going in with yes. A sponge. Okay, normally I say no to a sponge for contour, but since I really, really don't want any harsh lines or sharp lines, a sponge with this water-based contour is going to give a really diffused effect. See, look, the cheek is supported, okay? The cheek has friends and family who she can call in an emergency, you know, but she's not ultra cut, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna lightly dab this sponge over the rest of my face just to take off any layer that hasn't soaked in by now. Because if it hasn't soaked in by now, you're done, you're out, you're too much. Okay, we are done with creams, so I'm going to powder a little bit. I'm going to take my tried and true Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. Come on, tell me you don't want that for your commercial. And my Laura Mercier puff, and I'm just going to get the lightest amount. We're not baking, guys. No baking in the kitchen. Get a little bit, work it in the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to go in the areas where I don't want shine. Where does shine look not as flattering on me? Right here, I think it just looks like sweat and emphasizes my cheek fat. I don't know. Here, again, looks like I'm sweating or like I was a kid who drank too much juice. Here, Peter Griffin chin, and here, okay? No, I'm not being mean to myself. I'm just making a joke. Anyway, and I'm just very gently working this in. I'm treating it like a baby. Oh, it's a little baby. Last time to work out any creases under your eyes before you go in, and powder. And here. I do like a little forehead shine, but not really in the center. I like more of this part to be shiny. Blush, my favorite part. This is where it gets interesting. The blush is a warmer tone. It is a very super natural flush, or kissed by the sun. You couldn't get more kissed by the sun than Emma Chamberlain in this look. I'm using the MAC Go Play blush. This video is not sponsored by MAC, but really they've been kind of killing it lately. Go for a color that reflects your natural flush. A natural flush on me is going to be more warm toned, more terracotta-y, so I'm going to go with shade So Natural. My tried and true brush for blush. The e.l.f. angled brush. No, it's awesome. So I'm going to place it here and sweep it in that direction. I like that this blush really adds a little at a time, so you can work in those thin layers. It is the perfect hybrid between a cream and a powder. I want the natural look of a cream, but I want the more precise placement of a powder, so this blush, barissimo. And for the placement, pretend you were wearing sunglasses and got a little bit of a sunburn. Apply there. If you don't get sunburnt, avoid the under eyes and just go right on top of the apples of the cheeks and on the bridge of the nose. And it kind of sinks into her cheekbones. And then we're going to go on the bridge and then a little on the sides of the bridge. Oh, that's so freaking cute. I don't know if she did this, but I'm going to add a little bit to my forehead as well, just to tie everything together, and my temples, because I think that is really, really cute. I said I was done with creams, and I was straight up lying to your face. Okay, I'm sorry, because we need one more cream. We're going to be highlighting. Now, she has highlight pretty much just typical highlighting places. I'm not even doing too much because the foundation is super glowy anyway, but this is just going to be a little more long-lasting highlight once the foundation does dry down eventually. I'm going for a more glossy highlight as opposed to sparkly. This highlight looks like if you were like in a club in the 90s and somebody took a flash photo of you and you were like this. That's what the highlight looks like. And it is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight. She has really cute freckles. I don't know if they are drawn on or natural. I do have a bit of natural freckle myself. Thanks, Dad. I'm using the KOHL Brow Wiz or something, whatever it's called. But how I like to draw on my freckles, I love to use a warm tone brow pencil. My freckles are always more warm tone, and I think it just looks a little more natural than a cool tone. And a brow pencil has that waxy texture that won't move after you apply it. I like to use freckles to contour, so I put them on the sides of my nose to kind of create a little bit of shadow, and then also the line across the bridge to give a more buttony effect. Tapping it out with my fingers to blend it a little bit, and then I'll even go here. Oh, that's so cute. Brows. So these are super natural, brushed up, what I like to call model brows. Loves it. So I'm just going to brush them up with my Got To Be Glued gel and spoolie brush. This is really what's going to keep the shape in place. Then I'm going to go over with a fibrous brow gel. The e.l.f. Wow Brow has like these little fibers in it. This is going to fluff them up a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little more va-va-voom with my brow pen, the NYX Lift and Snatch, so I can do super light, thin lines that mimic brow hairs better than a pencil would. Okay, here's a song I created to perfect your form for drawing thin eyebrow hairs. Hug yourself, elbow in the L, palm on the cheek, pinky by the eye. Now you got a stable hand to draw a fine line. Come on, that's good. That's good, okay? And it really helps. I do it all the time, okay? Can we just take a second to appreciate this glow? Eyes. Okay, you guys, let's chill. We're gonna start with a rosy toned brown and a big fluffy brush. So go with a color that's about 2 shades darker than your skin tone with a pinky rosy hue. This is going to pair well with the purple later on. And we'll work that all over the lid into the crease, and this will act as a nice transition. It's going to add some definition. It's going to set the primer or concealer we have on the eye. But now we're going to take a break from the shadow and move on to liner. We're going to be applying liner before any more eyeshadow because it's very smudged, it's smoked. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury black liner. I also love the Maybelline Master Precise, but this is almost like too pigmented and would kind of... Awesome, fuck off then. Why a kohl liner pencil will work best is because in the beginning it has that creaminess that will allow you to smudge and get that smudgy, smoky look. But once it dries and once it sets down, it does not move. So that gives you the longevity through the night. I'm running this into the lash line, stopping at the outer corner, and then extending the rest out with an angled brush towards my brow tail, keeping this angled liner pretty short, actually. It can be a little bit messy, smudgy. This is like cool girl party look, so, you know. I'm going to smudge this before I move to the bottom just because it's going to set pretty quick. I'm just going to take a small, dense brush, barely touching my eye here, and just very, very lightly run that over the eye line. If you have trouble putting liner on this inner part of the eye, look the opposite direction to your inner corner and look down. And that really creates a taut surface to smudge that black liner in, so that when you do your line, your eye doesn't twitch as much. We can really move our facial features to help with the application process. It's very interesting. Kind of like how you make this face when you put on mascara. It does help. Really cute. Okay, so for the under eyes, she takes it about 1 centimeter into the bottom lashes, then skips the middle of the under eye, which I love, and then continues in the inner corner. Emma has these beautiful round downturned eyes, and if you watched either of my round or downturned eyes tutorials here on my channel, I love to keep the center of the eye open and free from any dark colors. It accentuates the roundness, it adds dimension, and it keeps the eyes open. So try this on your eyes no matter what shape you have to give a little more open dimensional effect. Now I'm going to be taking a silvery shadow. I'm using this one from my Essence Taupe It Up palette. And I'm going right above the eyeliner into the inner corner, filling in that gap on the lower lash line, further creating dimension. And I'm using the same smudging brush because it's small, it's dense. I want to use it. I won't get another one dirty. Come on, how much more convenient can you get? She doesn't have an epicanthic fold. I do, so it's not going to look exactly the same, but it's still really cute. So next, I'm going to take a shimmery purple. I can't decide what purple I want to use. I have... Oh, I just broke it. Awesome. Fuck off then. I have the ColourPop Super Shock in Loungin', and I have the About Face Loose Glitter in Saint Ceremony. Okay. So let's swatch both, shall we? Okay. See, when it's like this, that's like so ugly. But when it catches the light, it's really pretty. That's the ColourPop, that's the About Face. I think the choice is clear, people. So this color hugs and smudges the outer part of the liner and then swings down to the lower lash line. Oh, that's so cool. I'm going to add a little bit more eyeliner on top of this to remind ourselves that it's there. I am going to get the liner on the angled brush first so I can get a more defined line because this is going to be less rough. I'm just redefining the liner and the lash line from where the shadow just got a little too crazy. I feel face. Lashes. It doesn't look like she's wearing false lashes, which, go you girl. So I'm just going to apply a regular old mascara on my top lashes. The Kozas one do be adding volume. Actually, before I add mascara. Spray your setting spray. Do it in layers on your face. Brazil, Morocco, London to Africa, straight to the radio, faded to Africa. Dancing on a wind. When I put the wand on the base of my lashes, I'm kind of wiggling it there because that's going to smudge a little bit of the mascara on the lash line to add some intensity to the liner. Just saying. Now the bottom lashes are where we really slay. The L'Oreal Telescopic, because the wand is so thin, it's great for bottom lashes. And then I'm going to pinch together lashes with tweezers. So hold your brush vertically, run it along the lash line. You'll start to see where they naturally clump up. Just go ahead and pinch. This will give that spider lash, 60s baby doll, but also 90s club girl look. Now for the lips, she has this gorgeous, it's like undefined feathered nude lip. I'm going to be using the M Cosmetics liner in Fawn. It really is the perfect peachy nude for this look. And I want to overline and then buff it out with my finger to give that feathered look. It's genius because it still plumps the lips and kind of overlines them, but it's not a harsh overline. Use whatever color would be the same depth of color as your lips, but in a more peachy nude. But nothing darker than your lips and nothing lighter. I'm going to take a MAC lipstick in Mars to Your Venus. Like, look at that orange. I'm going to use it very sparingly, though. And then over that, I'm going to take the About Face gloss. It's in Plastic Petal. Smells like peppermint. Guys, we're literally done. Stop. No, we're literally done. I think I'm going to add a little more blush. A little more blush wouldn't hurt. I'm going to use this Morphe M15 brush because it's going to be super light. Slay what you wanna slay. Once again, we have slayed a look. I feel cool and like I'm the it girl and like I can do those TikToks where you're like, ding, ding, ding. You know what I mean? Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep slaying with me. I love you guys so much. If you want to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok, you can. It is there. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you have such a good day. Okay, bye.